All right, y'all. Back with another one. Special guest Elmy. You know, he coming with the boxing knowledge without the
Yes,
prediction,
sir.
because you know it's like pulling teeth, but I respect it. Um, y'all let me know if it's a little fuzzy too. But without further ado, first thing I want to talk about today is I believe the 19th. We just had the weigh-ins for Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Ryan missed weight reportedly going old Devin about 1.5 M's. Um, how do you feel about the lead up to this fight? Like overall, how would you judge the promotion and everything?
Um, it was something. It was something for sure. Uh, can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah,
good?
you good.
Oh, okay. Ryan Garcia with his antics. I believe it was antics, crazy antics. Um, Cringy at times, but effective publicity. Because seeing how it played out now, it might have did poor with some of the fans because I hear like mixed reviews about how it wasn't selling as much because people wasn't sure if Ryan was gonna be there. So and then out of nowhere the tickets started like, getting snatched up.
Mm,
Um, but the antics were crazy, the build up. I watch it all the time, but that's just me being a boxing head. But for the people that don't know, I could see how it kind of turned people off to where they might have not been interested. Like, oh no, he needs help, because he touched on certain subjects that I don't want to talk about right now in this podcast because it ain't about that right now.
mm,
But some stuff that rub people the wrong way, right way, and stuff like that. So I could see how some people didn't think the fight was going to be made due to mental reasons. But clearly, I see it's just antics, and it was just to get in Devin's head. But I think all because of the tweet, because when he weighed in earlier, I was like, hmm, like you weighed in overweight, that's unprofessional. And then he said, I ain't finna get weight drained. Screw that. Like, I guess he went bad boy on us from his fight with Gervontae.
right. Okay. So so saying all that, before I get into questions about the fight real quick, if he's saying this, he's saying basically at 140, he still feels weight drain. Do you think potentially after this, there could be a move to 147
Possible. I mean,
for
or he
Ryan?
just really wanted to beat Devin specifically, and he was like, "Nah, bruh, I need every advantage." Maybe in his mind, off of, I'm judging off of, the past.
Right.
Putting puzzle pieces together. That's how I go about making my predictions when I do make my predictions. It's not, about biasness. I'm never like really biased because I'm just a boxing fan. I love the guys even when they lose. Like, I'm still a fan of these guys. Like, I'm a boxing purist fan. So, in that regard, yeah.
So, okay. So, okay, I kind of get what you're saying there. So I understand now that the this fight is not for the title anymore. It's just a big fight still,
Yeah.
still a big event.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because he knows he's going to sell. So, I think he treated it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, nah, bro. And this is Devin Haney. Like, you don't need, sometimes you just got to beat the man. Like, you don't
Right.
got to,
Yeah.
like, people want a shot at Canelo. People want a shot at Gervontae. Like
Right.
Gervontae don't got as many out belts as Devin Haney, but we know who's pulling those numbers. Why
Right.
you think that's why Devin Haney took a pay cut even against Ryan Garcia?
Right.
He took
Right.
a he took a pay cut. But this is all a game. Like even Devin Haney knew he was like, oh, Cambosos, damn, I caught a lick.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
easier than
Definitely.
fighting. Even though Tiafimo lost to George Kambosos, he said, "Damn,
Yeah.
Tiafimo got too cocky. Boom! He let a dude that you thought was a scrub that's gonna give it to you just as he not elite. Don't mean he ain't gonna give it to you on a bad day.
Right. Right. Right.
Type of mentality. He said, "Oh, let me take advantage of that." And I know that because even based on a past tweet, right after that night, he texted on Twitter. He goes, "Damn, I'm not finna sleep on nobody. or along those lines of the tweet. Damn, I'm
Mm.
not gonna, basically
Yeah,
like sleep on nobody. Basically,
yeah,
like I'm not gonna think anybody sucks. Like I'm finna train my hardest, like they're the best in the world. Like he tweeted that, like
right.
so. Leading up to it, that's how I'm making the assumptions of what I'm making. Like it's just yeah. He caught a lick with Cambosos 2025 or 22 or something like that. 78. I don't really remember the numbers. I know it was in the 70s and 20s. I know that.
Mm.
And then he took a pay cut with Ryan. He ain't got them Gervontae. This is warfare here. This is
Yeah,
boxing. This is deep shit. Like this is deep
yeah.
waters.
Um, which I understand. He's still gonna make super amount of bread. That's why, you know,
Exactly.
he definitely, I think it was 55-45, but still, he the
Yeah.
champion. But that let you just know that he
Yeah.
was coming after them numbers. So
Yeah.
at the fight in general, do you think how you feel the first half is gonna play out, the first six?
Oh, I know exactly how it's gonna play out. Or I mean, if depending on how Ryan comes out, because Ryan is with Derek James, and he has, even though he was doing like the shoulder roll and trying to work on things and find himself, his new self, he has more discipline, and that's all Ryan really needs is discipline. And I'm not talking about discipline with outside the ring, because clearly I don't know if the antics. I mean, oops. With the antics that he's doing and stuff like that. But I mean, the discipline with the pad work, because people talk about his discipline a lot. If you look at a lot of Derek James fighters, a lot of them are, highish kind of guard, come forward and attack with their lead hand, the jab hand.
Right,
You could see the resemblance in Earl Spence and Frank Martin. Of
right,
course, different guys, but you can see a small resemblance.
right.
So, but with that being said, the first half, because I see they're trying to come forward. Like if you watch the press conferences, you're
Yeah,
gonna meet him in the center of the ring, right? But Bill Haney's setting up Ryan Garcia, but that's where Ryan Garcia is messing up. I feel as though because Ryan Garcia, oh, of course I'm gonna meet him in the center, bro. It's fucking Devin. Like this is what he's saying, and it's like I don't think he's being psychological here, in my opinion. If
yeah,
I'm coaching Ryan, I'm like, yo, he wants you to meet him in the center of the ring so he can you throw in all your best shit, and then he's gonna jab you. He's not gonna come in the center of the ring with you, but he's gonna make it seem like that. So you fuck up and do that, and now you're in that game plan of going in the center of the ring. And now look, Devin does what he always does: use the jab beautifully up and down, sneaking a couple right hands around to steal around and keep the fans at bay and stuff like that. But
right,
ultimately, he's coming in here to get the W. He
right.
ain't looking for a knockout. That's if it comes with it. Like when he dropped Regis Progress, it's not because he had powers, because he wasn't looking for it. Them pinpoint accuracy shots added up after a while.
Yeah. So okay, all right. So that's the first half of the fight. Okay,
I think he's going to use his jab. I think he's going to use his jab the whole fight. There's Devin Haney's coming to box, regardless of what he said in the press conference. Oh, you're gonna meet me in the center of the ring, right? I mean, he'll meet you in the center of the ring to keep you at bay 6 inches with his
yeah,
jab. Learn your best stuff real quick, get comfortable in the pockets, and then get out, and then presume moving around the ring. But he gonna stay at bay the whole time, like not because he's scared of Ryan. That's him. Like,
right. So okay, you said the whole fight. So okay, do you see a knockout in this fight either way,
um, Ryan get
or
a
is it
little quick
possible?
one in. It's always possible when it
Right,
comes to
right,
boxing. So
right,
I'll never count. At least with the guys of these caliber,
right,
you know, like because if he came in, oh man, screw Ryan, I'm be in the pocket. He ain't got no, and then Ryan throws some heat,
right,
because
yeah,
as long as Devin come in his humble self, in terms of I know who I am, I'm gonna stay disciplined with my jab and move him around the ring, stay off the rope, stay off the corners. I'm gonna get the victory. That's why I took the pay cut. Motherfuckers that don't want to take the pay cut, 8 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 is because they not sure of themselves.
Right.
Why would I take a
That's
pay
real.
cut for a fight to bring down my stock? Like, because these are people livelihoods, and in boxing, it's a little more detrimental. It's not like MMA. Dudes are walking around 19 and 19 and are Hall of Famers, whereas in boxing is not. They're
Yeah.
like you lose a fight, you lose your depending on how you lose, of
Yeah.
course. Depending on how you lose, of course. Sometimes it brings your stock up, but that's if you're an unknown guy.
Right.
Like El Pitbull Cruz. Pitbull Cruz fought Gervontae, but looked good losing, brought his stock up. Whereas,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
And then vice versa, the
whereas
same thing just happened with Regis. Like I think Regis probably lost twice, but now people are like basically calling him a bum. Same thing with Rolly, even though
nah, Rolly's different though. They both got the same story. I respect Rolly. Rolly bullies his
yeah,
way into the game. If you call like a style like Devin Haney, technician, Ryan, you know what I'm saying? He like an assassin. He like an offensive assassin type. If you break down these fighter styles, like Floyd Mayweather was pretty boy because he wouldn't get touched in the ring. He still
mm,
looks the same. Like, the stigma of being a boxer is you not getting hit. Like,
yeah,
and then he made a whole bunch of money, became the cash cow. Like your name is off of who you are. Like that was
yeah,
always the stigma with names, for people that don't know that are
right,
watching, because somebody's got to not know. So
right,
with him, he's the bully, in my opinion. Rolly is the guy that bullied his way into this game.
mm,
He's the guy. He didn't really have skill. He learned enough. He is kind of what Gervonta said when he was like, he's not an awkward fighter. I know awkward fighters. He's a guy that did a few sessions and thought he was good, and that's what he kind of is. That like, but he's delusional to where it worked. Like in this game of boxing, you got to be a little bit of delusional. Like
yeah,
for a lot of things, to make it to the NBA, NFL, you got to have a hint. Don't go full blown delusional.
mm,
Evaluate yourself as a person and who you are and what your real attributes are. Look in the mirror, like because
right,
boxing makes you look in the mirror. A lot of people don't know that. Like it makes you have to look at yourself and be like, shit, I would love to me, Elmy Morero. I would love to knock motherfuckers out like Gervonta, but I can't approach the ring like that if I get in the ring. Me personally, like it sound good, but it wouldn't be good. Like and I learned that about me. I don't got power like that. I got speed a little bit, got a little bit of that, no power. Like, but boxing makes you look at yourself. Like, who
yeah.
am I? And I think that's a beautiful thing about boxing. But Rolly's just a bully. On that note, he's just a
Well,
guy that bullied ways in the game and is a little bit of delusional.
well, speaking on Rolly real quick, where do you think he should go with his career, like after this, defeat
He's
against
a
Pitbull?
guy get the most money he can, and that's what he's been doing. So there's a hint of delusion, but there's got to be a hint of reality in that bitch too. Because honestly, he didn't. I don't think he lost. He beat Jackson Marinas. He shouldn't have been a world champion. I don't really know about the older guy that he
Yeah.
fought.
Mm-hmm.
The old guy, the older gentleman that he fought that had a good fight, and they stopped it. Like, and it was.
Yeah.
I seen the footage of the stoppage. I thought that was kind of whack, but
Yeah.
I believe it was Tony Starks, if I can remember, and I was like, well, that ref is cool. I don't know if he's getting older or if he just messed up and he's human too. I don't know. He's always been a decent referee to me. Referees matter, by the way, y'all. Referees matter.
Yeah.
That thing matters. But Rolly needs to just take the most money he can. He's a modern day Mayorga, like a guy that's tough, mentally tough, or he just doesn't feel pain, like
Yeah.
and he's just strong. And he's going, oh, if this dork can do it, I used to beat him up before he boxed. If he can do it, I can do it. But didn't fully learn. He's just going off of, I'm naturally better than you. If I maybe applied myself, I could do it, but I don't have to. I was better than you then. Like that type of mentality is when he
Right.
goes to. But definitely he needs to get the money and get out.
Okay, so back to that. I don't know if you want to make a prediction, but I will go back to it. What you think is going to be the result, if you want to, of Devin versus Ryan?
Oh, I got Devin by decision. I see a possibility of a TKO. The only way I see Ryan winning is if he KOs him. I don't see him winning a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he would have to clip him. Maybe Derrick James gave him enough discipline to execute the left hook better. Because I feel as though when he went in against Gervontae, it felt like he was fighting like he wasn't back in the amateurs. Like just come forward and unload everything I got. It was
Mm-hmm.
he really didn't set it up well at all. He set nothing up against the Gervontae fight. So when it came to that, I think it was bad. I don't know if it was bad coaching or he didn't listen to the game plan. But
Right.
just to come and bum rush Gervontae, I didn't think it was smart. And with Devin Haney, I think Devin's gonna stab him with the jab all night. My prediction is Devin Haney wins with the jab, moving around the ring. Ryan Garcia could have some moments because Ryan Garcia, at the end of the day, is still a fighter, and he has been doing this since he was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can say what he wants. He's a TikToker, this, that. That man's a fighter. He's been fighting since he was
Yeah.
what, 10, 12 years old? Like,
Yeah. Maybe
you ain't
younger.
a fight. You might be a
Yeah.
fake fighter. You was a long fake fighter. You was a
Yeah.
fake long fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, all right.
Like,
So we got that Dev by decision. I think that's what most people thinking it's going to be. Anyways, but it's definitely probably going to be a frustrating night for Ryan. Moving on from that one,
uh,
before we jump into the next one, how do you feel about the Twitter conversation between, I don't know if you've seen it, between Abdul Wahid, aka Tank, and Shakur Stevenson? Your
I like it.
your audio a little off. You can hear me?
Keep talking. Don't
Your
have to. Yeah.
audio, your
Can you hear me
audio
now?
good?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My bad. All right. I think I know what it was. All righty. I'm ready. What's going on?
I was asking you about the Twitter conversation
Can you?
between Tank and Shakur.
Oh, good. I hope they keep talking, gain eyes on it, make the build up faster, and fight. That's how I feel.
Do you think it's gonna happen though? Because Tank been mentioning, he got a 6-7 fight deal, and Shakur is in there, and I think you gotta assume that Devin is in there as well. So, do you believe that Tank is gonna step up in that competition, and it's time for him to do that, or do you think it was
Who's
just
gonna step up?
what happened?
And who gonna step up?
Do you think Tank is gonna step up his level of competition in this 6-7 fight deal that he been talking about?
It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. Sorry, I'm trying to. It's definitely getting to that point. I mean, he's 30 now. He got
Yeah,
the money. His legacy now. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's about legacy. And he's a fighter. I know Tank. Like sometimes I give him a hard time myself, like in terms of like, damn, bro, I want you to fight this guy, that guy, and that guy. But I
yeah,
do understand. I do understand. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you when this is said and done. So you got to get that money too at the same time.
facts.
I understand some people will be like, you're gonna get it. If you fight and do the money gonna come, and it's true too. But and then sometimes it's not true.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel, and it's weird because obviously his mentor is Floyd. He's
a
obviously
lot of people
taking
don't know
Floyd
about that. It sounds crazy. It does sound crazy because they're fighters,
right.
like saying it like that. So for the people that see him, be like, what? Like, but unfortunately, like it took me a hard time to like. I knew what it was, but not to like, you know, to actually take it in and eat it and like, digest it and know that like this is what it is. Like, and because if you just say, boom, these two guys are fighting next week, not everybody's gonna see the fight.
Yeah,
Whereas if you built it up and put, you know what I'm saying, gave a little theatrics to it, it'll sell more because people invest it. It's like a season. It's like an episode of Oz. like,
Yeah, for sure. I,
like, you know
I
what I'm saying?
I also think it's about like knowing your business because even though like Dev got, he didn't.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's basically about business
Yeah,
first. That's all I'm trying to say. But I broke it down for the people. So business. You
yeah,
hit it right on the head though. I wanted to say business, but if I just say it, they not going, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Register it. So you gotta
yeah,
break it down for the people out there. It's like it's business.
yeah,
Like I hate it sometimes, but by the time y'all know about it, it's gonna be dead and gone. He fought him. Yeah, but he ain't make all that money he was supposed to, like he would if they would have milked it, you
yeah,
know? And that's an unfortunate truth,
yeah.
a ugly truth.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
respect
it's
your
hard to
opinion on
digest.
it,
I
but yeah,
know
but
it's a hard to digest. It's a
yeah,
hard to digest, but remember, fighters don't. People like to call fighters and athletes dumb and stuff, but a
yeah,
fighter's even got to be more dumber than a basketball player in terms of bitch, I'm going in getting hit and I enjoy it.
yeah. Facts.
Like and wing and boxers don't got a union. They ain't got ain't no health benefits. So if you
Yeah,
don't get that payday, you don't even got the money for your health care.
yeah,
You just broken, crippled, and now you ain't got no money. Who
yeah.
taking care of you? You 20 something years old.
Most people just seeing it like we'll see our favorite stars fighting. They not thinking it's a ton. 99% of the other guys, they just out here getting beat up, but getting paid to do it. You know what I'm saying? They out there doing whatever they do. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is at the end of the day with that one.
It's a
But
hard
saying
truth.
that,
It's a ugly truth.
yeah,
Sorry,
nah, you
it's an
good.
ugly truth.
Saying that, I believe I already asked you about this, but I asked you again. How you feel about the Tank versus Frank fight?
Tank. I got Tank. It's gonna be a little muscly. It might be a little friction for sure because Frank is 30. Frank not coming to lay down. Frank pulled a let me get the most money I can. Why would I lose to Shakur? If
Yeah.
Shakur's gonna run around the ring and that's gonna bring my stock down, and I'm not
Mm,
getting paid. I understand I could get paid. I'm gonna get paid the most I ever got paid, but I know there's a deal sweeter around the corner. And
yeah.
boom, look who he's fighting, Tank Davis, after a couple months.
Yeah.
And
For real.
Shakur, I feel Shakur, but at the same time, you high risk, low reward, and you're not gonna let them touch you the whole night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even if they do win, they're gonna throw out the best offensive weapons, the best jab. They're gonna throw out their best shit to touch you. They're gonna get all they can,
Yeah.
or they're gonna get picked apart on the outside if you don't keep them off you. Shakur gonna be on you. Shakur's always in front of you, which is ironic, but he's
Yeah.
never letting him. He's always controlling the distance.
Yeah. I mean, Shakur got a date he been talking about in July for his fight. The opponent still ain't been announced. And I already asked you about like,
He can't get nobody.
yeah, do you think it's because of who his promotional team is, or you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you
It's a
think?
little bit of everything.
Okay,
It's a little bit of
and that's no
everything.
disrespect because he got a Hall of Fame staff behind him,
Nah,
Hall of
yeah,
Fame
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah. Shakur, hey, I'm a fan of boxing, so I'm a fan of all these guys. So
Yeah,
they don't like boxers really don't like when you give out predictions
yeah,
because they feel like you against them. But like,
right,
I gotta let y'all know I know this too. You feel me? You feel?
yeah.
I gotta let y'all know I'm getting the answers right. But
So okay, yeah,
Shakur Stevenson, he's just he don't got a lot of power, so that's one. A little bit of that. There's other names, what I'm saying? He's sharing the spotlight with a lot of good guys,
mm-hmm.
and then he's high risk, low reward. They could get more money with Tank or Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can get more money with a guy that's not even better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Pitbull,
Rolly might
yeah,
bring you more money,
yeah.
you know?
So Okay, so move on from that real quick because you said Tank in that fight. Okay, how do you feel about like what happened between Errol and Bud and they raced to get in that front of that line to fight the winner of Fedora and
It's
Tim
a
Tszyu, and now that Terrence is being backed by his excellency and stuff like that, where do you think his next fight is his next situation is going?
I don't honestly, that whole 154 situation is messy.
Mm,
That's a mess because they didn't give the champion their rematch. Champions and their rematch clause. It's a rematch for a reason, and that's the WBC. They talking about T Bud and all these guys. They breaking contracts for money.
yeah,
Like it's messy. Like because I mean I assume unless he get like knocked out. Did he get knocked out? He did get knocked out, right? I guess that sometimes happens if you get knocked out. But dude, I believe he wants a rematch because it was like a cut. It wasn't
right,
like it was
yeah,
a cut. It wasn't like I only got beat up because my eye was beat up. Like it wasn't
yeah,
you beat me up. You beat me up, but you ain't beat me up.
yeah,
Like so,
yeah. And
you
I
know what I'm
think
saying? Like
Fedora
you
had a
cut.
yeah, I think Fedora had a broken nose too, so neither one of them is available to fight till later on in the year anyway.
Yeah, it's messy. Crawford's next in line. Earl wants it.
Yeah,
Then there's a mandatory that worked his way up the ranks that
yeah,
might not get a chance. And he's a mandatory. So you got the mandatory, like, I'm number one. Like, and in his mind, he's gonna be the champion of the world. He's praying to God, working hard,
yeah,
behind closed doors. So you got the mandatory, you got the champion redemption story with Earl Spence. This is
mhm.
almost like WWE right here. They got the chance to do it. They could
Yeah,
spin the contender story with the
yeah,
number one contender, redemption with Earl Spence,
yeah,
or T Bud, chase for greatness. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You
yeah.
got the chase for greatness, and then you got the champions rematch. Was it fake? Was it the eye? We'll find out next on Dragon Ball Z.
Real talk.
Like, like you got like 5 storylines. Y'all better work. Y'all better make it hot. Y'all
For
better make it
real.
hot.
And I know T Bud, he had another fight that they was talking about with I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was it's a foreign name. It's hard to say. Madraw start with an M, Madrove or something like that.
Yeah,
And I know
I think because he
Charlo,
got a belt. Wants him.
yeah,
Oh yeah. So there's so many
yeah.
ways they can go about it.
I know Charlo just vacated, he
Hmm.
maneuvering behind the scenes to move in front of
I ain't
T
gonna lie.
Bud to get that
Little
fight.
Jamel gangster. I ain't even gonna lie. A little
What you mean?
angry at times. Jamel, he's gangster.
Yeah. That's the one that and this with all due respect, is that the one that got
Uh-huh.
is that the nah, that was your mom. Busy right now. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to cut off real quick. Technical difficulties.
You good, brother. Um, so yeah, that is a messy situation with Bud and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Um, okay, how you feel about I already asked you about that. How you feel about Usyk versus Fury? What you think gonna happen in that
I got Fury.
one?
I got Fury. I think that humbled him. I think that humbled him. The Ngannou fight. Sorry. Sorry. The Francis Ngannou fight. It humbled him because he was playing around, but heavyweight's got a different type of pop, and that's what it was. With that, that humbled him. It let him know as soon as he get hit like that, he stopped talking crazy on social media, signed the contract with Usyk in a week. As soon as he got dropped, because he knew, like, bro, that's embarrassing, bro. You the heavyweight champion of the world. You supposed to be one of the goats, and you get dropped by an MMA fighter. How you get caught lacking like that? That shut him up. You notice he ain't had no antics with Usyk. That
Yeah,
boy is in the kitchen cooking. He he in the kitchen silently cooking.
yeah,
That boy is humble.
Mm.
Humble, young man, humble.
You think so you had Fury winning this one. So with
Yeah, I
that
still like
thought
Fury.
process, do you think that Fury next step gonna be fighting AJ after this? Or
Yeah, why not? Why not? Go get that cheddar. Go take that chicken.
yeah,
I
that
got
probably
Tyson
be the
Fury
biggest
on that
fight.
one too.
All right. I feel you. I feel you. I think, man, I don't because to me watching Tyson Fury, I'm
Stamp
like,
it.
it's hard to think that
He gonna fight. He gonna fight Anthony. I'm sorry. What happened? Say it
nah,
again.
nah, I was just gonna say, like watching him fight, I don't think people realize how like good and talented he is for real. Like I think they kind of take him, especially after the Francis thing, like, oh, like, he got hit by an MMA fighter, how he looks physically. But if you really watch his fights, like he's so great, it's hard to believe there's ever been somebody better than him in the heavyweight division if you really watch him fight. Um, even though you got guys like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, all that type of stuff, Vladimir Klitschko and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
What you about to say though? You were about to say something. I cut you off.
No, yeah, no, you were right. Yeah, I just think he's humbled now. That was good for him. Thank goodness, he got up from the drop. Um, because it'll look bad. It'll look bad on the sport. That's what MMA fighters been waiting for. UFC been waiting to take over boxing. Like
Yeah,
all they need is a solidified knockout, and they're in the game. Now you boxing. Move over. They've been itching. They've been fiending.
yeah,
They're fiending for that, and that was their little fuel right there. But Tyson Fury is gonna come back, and he's gonna beat Usyk. And if he fights Joshua after, which I think he will, because he knows, oh nah, bro, Usyk's not enough. I need Joshua too. I got dropped by Ngannou. They're still gonna talk about the Ngannou fight. That's his position right now. That's where he's at. You're undefeated, but you were dropped by an MMA fighter. Bad look. That's your blemish. Like they give Floyd slack for lasting 10 rounds with Conor, and he did that on purpose.
yeah. That
He
real.
barely trained. He barely trained. And Floyd Mayweather. When does Floyd Mayweather come forward? And
Yeah,
in a shell. Like that wasn't him fighting. That was him like, I'm just gonna wear this guy down, entertain the crowd, and stop him, get my money, and let me go.
thanks.
That's all that was.
So my last question for you, and we kind of talked about this, but I want to get what's your prediction on the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I really don't know how it's gonna go with them two, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Um, yeah, it could be circus theatrical. If he goes to knock him out, like that's messed up. That's so messed up. Jake Paul, you ain't no good for that, cuz. That man is pushing six. I don't know how old he is,
Yeah,
man.
you're right. He
I'm
pushing
still
60.
it's but I mean, if you just want to be in the ring with Mike Tyson, why not? Like, and make
Yeah,
some money? Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah,
I'll do it. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but like, I'll do it. Like, but I mean, it's close. The fight's close. I mean, it took him about a 60-year-old man, but the fight, that's how I feel. Like,
I
if you want me
feel
to be,
you.
I can't really tell. I don't know if his age is gonna show, and Jake Paul will take advantage. Like, but he
Yeah,
got a chance now. I ain't saying he got a crazy chance, but shit, it's a big chance now. It's like it could be. Jake Paul got to be easy on Mike Tyson. I don't know how old. You know what I'm saying? I don't
yeah.
know how old Mike Tyson will be in the ring. I know
57.
he got it, but like, do he got it?
Yeah, man. Well, this will be my last question. Do you think it'll benefit more if he win or if he lose? Jake Paul's standpoint.
Well, you gotta win. You gotta win. Because it'll just be even that little heckler. You couldn't even beat Mike Tyson, knowing it, and they know the truth. Like they know the
Yeah,
truth, but they ain't never gonna say
yeah,
it. So you gotta beat him. Yeah. You
yeah,
got. Unfortunately, it just now you have to beat Mike Tyson, or the dude that knows you went easy on him, that don't like your guts. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna say you couldn't even beat Mike Tyson, and he gonna take it to the grave just to be petty, just because he don't like you. So he
Yeah.
gotta look whoop Mike Tyson ass. Believe
I don't know if that land though for
you
real.
better
Like you
look
couldn't
at
beat Mike Tyson. Like how many people could really? That's Mike Tyson. Like,
it. True, but man, father time beats all, man.
for sure. For sure.
Father time beats all. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Yeah.
know when to hold them, know when to rock away, know when to run.
For real.
Oh man, you gotta
But
know when it's not your day.
but yeah, hey, I appreciate you answering all the questions. This definitely gonna be informative and people definitely, hey, definitely place your bets off of everything bro been saying. And if you're wrong, I will let him know personally, but I don't think he's gonna be wrong. He know what he's talking about. Obviously, y'all go back and review the previous episodes. My man is probably batting 100%. I gotta review it myself.
Green bean,
But
green bean, green beans every time.
for sure.
Green
But
beans.
it's been good, bro. I appreciate you for coming on, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro. Be safe, be easy.
You too, my man.
For sure.